Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. Today we're going to talk about a hero that many players underestimate at first. But once you truly understand how he works, you realize he is one of the most efficient and dangerous enablers in physical teams. Today, we're talking about Tristan. And more importantly, we're going to focus on something that really matters for most players. Not unlimited resources. Not max everything blindly. But maximum priorities. How to build Tristan the smart way. How to make him effective without wasting resources. And how to unlock his true value on the battlefield. Let's begin with understanding his role. Tristan is a strength-based frontliner from the Honor faction. He stands on the front line, dealing physical damage, but more importantly, enabling it. Because Tristan is not just a damage dealer. He is a multiplier. His entire kit revolves around increasing physical pressure and breaking enemy defenses. And when you place him in the right team, especially alongside physical damage dealers, his impact becomes immediately noticeable. Now, when we look at his skills, we start to see this identity clearly. His first ability deals damage to nearby enemies. It scales directly with his physical attack, which means the stronger Tristan becomes, the more pressure he applies consistently in close combat. His second skill is where the synergy begins to shine. He increases his own physical attack and also boosts the physical attack of allies in front of him for a short duration. And this is extremely important. Because this is not just a buff. This is a team amplifier. Any physical damage dealer positioned in front of Tristan becomes significantly more dangerous during this window. And that's where you start seeing real synergy inside Honor or hybrid physical teams. Now the third skill introduces control. Tristan targets the enemy with the highest magic penetration, deals damage, and removes energy. And here's where things get very interesting. This skill triggers once for each Honor ally in the team. So the more Honor heroes you have, the more times this ability activates. Which means more damage. And more importantly, more energy control. And if there is no enemy with magic penetration, then Tristan targets the furthest enemy. So either way, this skill always finds value. It's either controlling a key magic threat, or disrupting the backline. And then we come to his passive. This is one of the most important parts of Tristan's identity. Whenever an ally in front of him gains energy, Tristan gains the same amount. And this is what transforms him into a machine. Because energy means ultimates. And ultimates mean impact. So the more your front line is active, the faster Tristan cycles his abilities. And that's what allows him to maintain constant pressure throughout the fight. So now that we understand how Tristan works, the real question is, how do we build him efficiently? How do we make him strong, without wasting resources? Let's start with something simple, but essential. Sparks of power. This is not optional. This is a priority. Maxing sparks increases all of his primary attributes. More strength, more survivability, more effectiveness. And compared to other upgrades, sparks are relatively accessible. So here, there is no hesitation. Max them. Now we move into glyphs. And this is where efficiency matters. If you have resources and you're playing long term, bringing all glyphs to level 40 is a very solid baseline. But if you are limited, then you focus physical attack, health, and armor penetration. These three define Tristan. Physical attack increases his damage and skill impact. Health keeps him alive on the front line. And armor penetration allows him and his team to break through defenses. Everything else can wait. Now let's talk about evolution. You do not need to rush absolute star. 5 stars is enough to make Tristan fully functional. His soul stones are not the easiest to farm quickly, so pushing beyond that takes time. And that's fine. Because Tristan delivers value through mechanics. Not just raw stats. Next. Hero level. This is non-negotiable. You take Tristan to maximum level. No shortcuts. No delays. Because reaching max level unlocks access to one of the most important systems in the game. Talismans. And Tristan's talismans are extremely valuable. They provide a combination of stats that can rival fully developed skins. His first talisman, which focuses on strength and health, is accessible through the Eternal Frontier shop. And this is something you should aim for. Because it significantly improves his survivability and consistency on the battlefield. The second talisman is harder to obtain, but even having the first one already makes a big difference. Now let's move into skills. And here, the rule is simple. Max all of them. Tristan is not a hero where you pick and choose. His kit works together. Every skill contributes to his role. So you want everything at maximum level. Now we arrive at one of the most important decisions. Skins. And this is where many players make mistakes. You do not need to upgrade everything. You need to prioritize. Your first and most important skin is physical attack. No debate. No hesitation. This is the stat that defines Tristan's impact. It increases his damage. It strengthens his skills. And it amplifies his role as a physical enabler. If you are only going to invest in one skin, this is the one. Once that is done, then you move to armor penetration. Because now you're not just increasing damage. You're making that damage effective. You're breaking defenses. And that's where Tristan starts to shine even more. Everything else can wait. Strength, armor, magic defense, all secondary. Focus your resources where they matter most. Now let's talk about artifacts. And once again, priority is everything. You start with his weapon artifact. This is the demonic reliquary. This artifact directly supports his role by increasing armor penetration for the team. And that is exactly what Tristan is built for. So this comes first. After that, you move to his ring. The Ring of Strength. This increases his base attributes, and improves his overall performance. If you are low on resources, you can stop here. And Tristan will already be effective. But if you want to push further, then you continue developing both. Because together, they create a complete package. So when we put everything together, what does a low-cost, efficient Tristan look like? Max sparks. Focused glyphs. Level 120 hero. All skills maxed. One fully developed physical attack skin. Weapon artifact prioritized. And at least one strong talisman. With just this, Tristan becomes fully functional. Not maxed, but effective. And that's the key. Because building heroes efficiently is not about maxing everything. It's about unlocking what matters first. And saving resources for the rest of your roster. Because the more heroes you can build effectively, the more options you have, the more counters you can create, and the more control you have over your battles. So Guardians, if you've been unsure about how to build Tristan, now you have a clear path. Simple, focused, efficient. And in the upcoming videos, we'll take this even further. We'll look at teams, synergies, and how Tristan fits into some of the strongest compositions in the game. Stay tuned, stay sharp. And as always, stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.